Hello everybody, this is game one of the 2017 NLDS pre-play History Maker Baseball in season 2017 set. Keith has graciously agreed to let me play this series between the Cubs and the Washington Nationals, best of 5. This is game one at Nats Park. You can see the lineups on the board or in the paper there in front of you. And then once we allow some people some time to get here, we'll go ahead and go through the starting lineups, umpires, and everything else that's appropriate. Again, this is game one of the pre-play. If you would like to order the 2017 in-season set, you may do so at plaay.com, and Keith will be sure to take care of you. I'm waiting for a few more people to arrive before getting going here. One thing I'm kind of ashamed I didn't recognize it right away, is that I didn't realize I was playing this game on 9/11. So with that being the case, we're going to have a national anthem before this game starts, just to honor America. But I'm trying to allow a few more people to get here before we do that, and give you a chance to look at the lineups on the board. We've got the starting lineups for each team. We've also got the available pitchers in the bullpen and the available bench guys, so you can kind of see who my choices are as far as substitutions and so forth. So it's been almost 2 minutes, so I don't want to belabor it too much longer for people that are going to watch this later on and sit through all this preamble. So we're going to go ahead and get going here with our national anthem here, as we are at, let me get the camera together a little bit better. We are at Nats Park, and I'll go ahead and move this out of the way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it there because I better move it. It's going to be in the way. So let me move that out of the way, and we will get going here with our national anthem. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. For those that came in a little bit late, I did have this board up here that showed the starting lineups. Kind of hard. I don't want to move the camera now because I'll ruin it. But anyway, and they were also on the Facebook page as well. Hello, Espo. How are you doing? You can't see it. It's off camera. You can see it a little bit here on the side. I've got the umpires and the benches over here as well. We'll go through the umpires real quick. At home plate is Laz Diaz. Covering first base is Adrian Johnson. Second base umpire is Phil Cuzzy. And at third base is Jerry Meals. And of course, we've got Max Scherzer and John Lester on the bump. So we are ready to go. I just took the lineups as best I knew how. Tried to follow what they normally do in real life. One thing I did not do. I did not do what the genius, in air quotes, genius, Joe Madden does. I did not bat the pitcher eighth, so we're not going to deal with that mess. We're going to keep everything traditional, and we are ready to go with Ian Happ. Ian Happ is stepping to the plate against Max Scherzer, and this NLDS game number 1 is going to be underway. Oh, before I start, one thing I want to mention, both teams, I'm using the Steve Tower method for the first game of a series. And that method is both teams are semi-harmonious. Batter number 2 is hot. Batter number 8 is cold for both teams. And then once we get into games 2, 3, and 4, 5, if necessary, we'll let the game chart figure that out. But right now we're at Nats Park. Let me zoom in a little bit more on Nats Park. And Ian Happ, the batter, to start things off against Scherzer. And look at this, a 1-3-5, the very first roll. Wouldn't you know it, the very first roll is an unusual result. And the unusual result with the lead die of 1 being black, that is the ballpark quality. And Nats Park ballpark, I hope you can see it on camera, it's normal and normal. So it's a normal ballpark, and Ian Happ is a semi-home run king, so we'll see if he gets to do anything with that. It's a 2-6, so if we look at the ballpark chart, on a 2-6 ballpark, let me get the thing where it's not so much of a distraction here with those lights. Big ballpark, long fly ball caught for an out, otherwise deep drive, clears left field fence, home run. So how about that? Ian Happ just hit a leadoff home run to start the ball game because Nats Park was not a big park. So right away, Ian Happ in the leadoff position takes Max Scherzer deep, and Scherzer's a little stunned, but the Cubs lead at 1-0 right out of the gate because Nats Park was not a big park. It's a normal park. So the Cubs jump to an early 1-0 lead before the seats get warm. And here's Chris Bryant. That's a 2-2-5. 2-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? He's a semi-ace, but he's not a star, so we skipped that result. Slugger or sad sack? Well, Chris Bryant is a semi-home run king, so he is not a slugger, nor is he a sad sack. So he will single to center field. It says an active runner will steal, but he is not active. But Chris Bryant has a single, and the first 2 batters of the game are on board for the Cubs. And that'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo, 1, 2, 3. That's both flash and fresh. And as a matter of fact, Scherzer is double flash. And what that means is not only will he strike out Rizzo, but he will strike out the next batter, Zobrist, as well. That's the double flash perk. So Rizzo goes down on strikes, and so does Zobrist. So 2 quick outs. Hello, Mr. Moley. How are you? Derek Dodger fan, Derek Oxenrider. How are you doing? And anybody else I missed, I apologize. The comments have already scrolled up, so I'm missing some of the things there. So 2 quick outs thanks to that double flash. Well, those double qualities really come in handy on these cards. Get you 2 quick outs, get you out of a hurry. Almost like a double play, which it pretty much is. All right, so Bryant's still at first with 2 outs now. So 1-2-6, and a 1-2-6 ask, is he fresh? Well, he certainly is. We're in the first inning, so it's a line out to second. And Scherzer, after a stumble out of the gate, recovers to retire the Cubs the rest of the way. We go to the bottom of the first. It is 1-0 Cubs, and John Lester is enjoying the run support. Trey Turner, shortstop, will lead things off for the Nats. And it's a 1-2-2. And a 1-2-2 ask, is the pitcher a workman? No, Lester is far from a workman. Is he a champ or a whiffer? Gotta get this glare out of there. Champ or a whiffer? Turner is none of that. So he will line out to third. So it's a line out to third. And there's one away. Got to bring up Jason Worth. He is a late substitution. I realized when I originally made the lineups that Brian Goodwin's been on the DL for a month. So plus he's left-handed. So to be more realistic, we're going to have Jason Worth, left fielder, batting second against the left-handed throwing Lester. 2-4-6 asks if he has control. Lester has semi-control. The side or die says he has control. So therefore it's a ground out to the pitcher. So Worthless, Jason Worthless on that one. Grounds back to Lester for out number 2. Here's Daniel Murphy. Murphy, a 1-3-6. And a 1-3-6 ask, is the pitcher an ace? No, he does not have the ace quality. Is the batter whiffer or cold? Murphy is none of that. So we have infield drama. Our first infield drama of the game. And in the infield, Javier Baez is listed as iron. Everybody else is neutral. So it's 2-5 for an infield drama. It says second baseman iron. No, second baseman is Zobrist. He is neutral. So it's a routine bouncer for a ground out, and that's going to end the inning. So had Baez been at second, that would have been an error. But with him at short and with Zobrist at second, he made the play. So after 1 complete, it is the Cubs 1 and the Nats nothing. And that'll bring up the top of the second for Wilson Contreras, the catcher. 4.66. We'll check 4.66 for Scherzer. 4.66. Is he wild? No, Scherzer has control. Is he a home run king or a slugger? Wilson Contreras is a home run king, so therefore he just struck out. So Contreras is out on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring up Javier Baez. As I do a quick little administrative duty here. I had my lineup card written wrong. I had them backwards. I had Scherzer and Contreras backwards, so now it's fixed. No knock against Joe Madden for this one. That was my bad. All right, here's Javier Baez, 144. 144 asks, does the pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. He has double flash, remember, so he gets 2 strikeouts, assuming that there's the goggles there, which means if it's a questionable or lenient umpire, you get ball 4 call. But Laz Diaz is respected, so that strikeout's going to stand. And not only will he strike out Baez, he will strike out Hayward, and that's going to end the top of the second. So that double flash, double control, all those qualities really, really, really come into play to help you out. All right, so we go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 Cubs, and here's Ryan Zimmerman. And Zim, look at that 555. That's usually good for the hitter. 555. Ace or star? No, Lester is not any of that. Is Zimmerman a scrapper? No, he's a slugger and a semi-home run king. So Ryan Zimmerman has just gone yard over the left field wall, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. Ryan Zimmerman, probably the MVP of the Nats this year, just went deep to tie the ball game at 1. As he took a Lester fastball and deposited it over the head of Kyle Schwarber and left for a home run. Here's Bryce Harper, speaking of home runs. Bryce Harper, 3.45. 3.45. Iron catcher, no. Contreras is not catcher. Hi, Max, how you doing? He's not an iron catcher, so it won't be a walk. Does the batter have a good eye? He's semi-patient, but does not have a good eye. So therefore, he will strike out. That 3.45 roll is a strikeout. Harper is out, 1 away. That result was in blue, so we're going to the right now chart, which is one of the perks in the game to take into effect a pitcher that's on a roll or a batter that might be on a roll. Lester with that strikeout is now semi-hot, and the batter, Rendon, has not hit yet, so he's neutral. So we got a semi-hot pitcher against a neutral batter, and now he will be hot because the decider die was a dot. So it's 4-5 for the right now chart, and it asks cold batter. No, Rendon's not cold. If he was, he would strike out. Otherwise, he grounds out to first. And the only time that makes a difference really if there's runners on base, but with the bases cleared, it really doesn't matter. It's just a simple ground ball to Rizzo for out number 2. Brings up catcher Matt Wieters. Switch hitter batting right, 3.55. Check Lester for the 3.55 result. As soon as I flip back to the normal page. 3.55 is, let's see here, is he a struggler? No, he's not a struggler. Is the batter a champion? No, Wieters is not a champion. So he will ground to second unless he's a whiffer. There's that thumb there. And Wieters is a semi-whiffer. Decider die says he's a whiffer. So Wieters goes down on strikes to end the second. So after, I'm doing well, Max. I hope you're doing, I'm glad to hear you're doing well also. So after 2 complete, we are tied at 1. And now the pitcher, John Lester, is up. He's going to lead off the top half of the third. And it's a 1.44, which again is asking about does the pitcher have flash? And he certainly does. He's got double flash. So again, Scherzer gets that double strikeout. Strikes out Lester and strikes out Happ. So for Scherzer, that is now 7 strikeouts already. So 2 quick outs. As Scherzer's got his strikeout pitch going. That home run must have made him mad. Here's Chris Bryant. 4.55. 4.55. Again, flash. Now this time the double flash will not carry over to the next inning. It only retires the people that are batting this inning. So it's just the 1 strikeout, and that's going to be it. But through 3 innings, Scherzer has struck out 8 of the 10 men he has faced. The other 2 have gotten hits. So the only outs have been strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the third. We're tied at 1. And Scherzer gets to lead off the top of the... I'm sorry, Michael Taylor gets to lead off the top of the third for the Nationals. Or Michael A. Taylor, as he likes to call himself. We get a 1-3-4. And a 1-3-4. Gold catcher. No, he's not a gold catcher. Is he a champion? Michael Taylor is not a champion. So we have outfield drama. And in the Cubs outfield, they list Jason Hayward as gold, everyone else as neutral. So if it goes to right field, it'll be a gold outfielder. It's a 1-6 for the outfield drama. Right fielder stoic. Well, Hayward is semi-stoic, so I'm going to need to roll the decider die to see if he's stoic or not. He is not. So since he's not stoic this at bat, it won't be a double. He will make the play. Kind of strange they rate him semi-stoic. When I think of Hayward, I don't think of somebody being stoic, but a lot of times the semi-stoic rating is based on stolen bases, or maybe lack of stolen bases attempted. But that could be because a lot of time he batted 8th and they wouldn't steal in front of the pitcher. But that's neither here nor there. The decider die was blank anyway, so it didn't matter. 1 away, and now here's Max Scherzer, the batter, facing Lester. 2-4-6. Lester has semi-control. This time the decider die does not give him control, so we skip that. And we go on to eager or sad sack. He is both semi-sad sack and semi-eager, so we're going to need to re-roll the decider die for Scherzer. And if it's a dot, he's going to end up with a pop to third. It's a blank, so it's not a pop to third. He's going to walk. So Scherzer will walk. How about that? Lester walks the opposing pitcher. So 1 on, 1 out for Trey Turner. He lined to third his first time up. Turner, 1-2-4. That's another control check, and again, decider die lets him down, so it's not going to be a ground to short. Is Turner eager? Turner is semi-eager, so we're going to need to roll the decider die again to see if he's eager. And he is, so since he's eager, this time he will pop to first. And there's 2 away. So Trey Turner is retired for Jason Worth. Here's Jason Worth. 2-6-6. 2-6-6. Runner on first thrown out. So in that case, Max Scherzer strayed off first base too much and got picked off by Lester, which is really weird because Lester doesn't even like to throw to first. But that's just an outlier result, that in the game can't account for everything. So that's just the way it is. It's the way it worked out. Jason Worth will be up to lead off the bottom of the fourth, but Scherzer's picked off, and that ends 3 complete. We're tied at 1. That'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. He struck out his first time up on that double flash. All right, 2-3-4. 2-3-4, runners on base. No, there's nobody on base. Is he a hot batter? No, he struck out, so he's not hot. So he's going to pop to third. I was doing the same thing earlier with Earl Espo, so yeah, I know exactly what you're going through. I would listen and peek in when I could. All right, so the 2-3-4 result then turns out to be a pop out to Rendon at third. And there's 1 away. And that'll bring up Ben Zobrist. 3-3-4. I'm not exactly Bob Costas, but I'll do what I can to keep you informed. 3-3-4, ace or star. Ace or star on that 3-3-4 roll. He's a semi-ace, which falls in between the ace and star quality, so that means he has that quality. It's a pop up to first. So there's 2 down. When the game asks for either or, if the player has the in-between quality, he gets the full advantage. So it's 2 down for Kyle Schwarber. 3-6-6 for Schwarber, as it's blank for Scherzer. It's pinch hitter, no, so he's going to fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So ever since that home run and single, those 2 leadoff batters of the game got on, Scherzer has retired everybody else in a row. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, and it's still 1-1. And that'll bring up Jason Worth. Oh, I forgot to mention, now that we're in the 4th inning, both pitchers are semi-fresh. All right, here's Jason Worth. He was on base or at the plate when Scherzer got picked off. To 1-6-6. 1-6-6 ask, is the pitcher a workman? Lester is not a workman. Is he a whiffer? Jason Worth is a semi-whiffer. Decider die says he's a whiffer, so just like his name that I gave him, he's worthless. He struck out. So there's 1 away for Daniel Murphy. Here's Murphy. Murphy grounded second his first time up. 4-5-6, that's going to be asking if he is patient. He is not. Murphy is actually semi-eager. So he's going to fly to center, and that results in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart for this next at bat for Ryan Zimmerman. And both teams before the game were predisposed to be semi-harmonious. All right, so both teams will be harmonious since a 1-4. 1-4, batting team dissonance. If I can get this off the glare. Batting team dissonance, no, they're not. If they were, it'd be a dribble to the pitcher. Otherwise, it's going to be a single. So it's a single, 2-out single for Zimmerman. He's 2 for 2. Home run and a single. And that'll bring up Bryce Harper. Lefty on lefty matchup against Lester. 136. 136 ask, is the pitcher an ace, which he is not? Is Bryce Harper whiffer or cold? Well, he struck out his last time up, which means he would be semi-cold. But that would say no. But he is a semi-whiffer without that. So we're going to roll the decider die. No, we don't have to because it went for both cases. So he's not cold. So it's going to be infield drama. When you get multiple results for the same batter and the same at bat, you just keep the one decider die. You don't have to keep rolling. So it's infield drama, and Baez is iron. Everybody else is neutral. 3-6. So unless it's a shortstop play, it should be made. 3-6. Third baseman gold. Nope. So it's an error. How about that? Since he wasn't gold, he made an error. So Bryant, the fact that he was not gold, booted that one. And now we have 2 on with 2 outs. So mark that an E5. And that puts 2 on with 2 outs. And Anthony Rendon, the dangerous Anthony Rendon, is up. To 1, 2, 3. That's flash and fresh. And he certainly is, because the decider die gave him the freshness. So that is a strikeout. And the inning is over. Nationals threaten a little bit, but don't score. We've completed 4 here at Nats Park, and it's all tied up at 1-1. And leading off the top of the 5th will be Wilson Contreras, the catcher. Contreras, his first time up, was a strikeout victim. Like many. 1-3-3. 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? Is Contreras a slugger? He's a home run king, but he's not a slugger. So he will fly to left, and that's going to be 1 away. So 1 down for Javier Baez, and Baez also struck out his first time up. So 5-5-6. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? He's a semi-ace. Decider die says he's an ace. So therefore, it is a line out to third base. So line out to Rendon for 2 away. And that brings up Jason Hayward, number 8 hitter. Hi, Beatles. How you doing? So Hayward, 1-5-5. 1-5-5 asks, is Hayward a home run king? He is a semi-slugger, but not a home run king. So he's going to fly to center. And that's going to end the top of the 5th for the Cubbies. Hey, D. Scott Howard. I don't think I said hello to you yet. I apologize for that, but glad you're aboard. All right, so bottom of the 5th, tied at 1, and Matt Wieters the batter. Wieters a strikeout victim, his first time up. 1-1-5. 1-1-5 asks, is the pitcher fresh? Decider die says he's fresh, so he's going to pop up to the infielder of my choice, and we'll go ahead and say he pops up to Zobrist at second base for out number 1. That'll bring up Michael Taylor, Michael A. Taylor. 1-3-5, we're back to the unusual play. This was the first roll of the game that produced the home run. And we're back to the ballpark effects, which are normal for Nationals Park. And we get a 2-4. So let's see what 2-4 says on the ballpark chart. 2-4 on the ballpark chart. Small ballpark. 2-4, small ballpark. Batter drills home run. Otherwise, it's a flyout. So the first time, it was a large ballpark that it wasn't that caused the home run. This is a small ballpark that wasn't that caused a flyout and took away a home run. So this time it hurt the Nationals, and it's just simply going to be a, let's see here. I'm sorry, I misread that. That was a 2-4, wasn't it? Not a 2-3. My bad. 2-4 is a big ballpark. Towering foul ball, plenty of room caught for the out. Otherwise, foul ball caught by fan near third base, batter still at bat. Okay, so Glad I caught that. That would have been a huge mistake. So Michael Taylor still at bat. The fact that it wasn't a big ballpark meant the foul ground was not humongous, so the pop-up went in the stands, not caught by Contreras, and Taylor gets another go at it and see if he can't get a base hit on his second chance through the order. 4-5-5. 4-5-5 asks the pitcher have flash, and yes, he does. Lester does have the flash quality, so it is a strikeout, unless Taylor has a good eye, which he does not. So Taylor ends up striking out for out number 2. Brings up the pitcher, Max Scherzer. 2 out, space is empty. And 3-3-6 for Scherzer. It's asking, is the pitcher an ace? No. Is he sad sack, utility, or patient? He is none of that. Look at that. He's a semi-sad sack, but the sire die says no. He's not utility or patient. So Max Scherzer will not strike out. He will hit a single to center field. So how about that? Scherzer showing a little offensive prowess. And that result was in red, so we're going to the experience chart for the next at bat. And not going to be good for the Nats, as Turner is a semi-prospect and Lester is an icon. But Dusty Baker, going to his first manager card, is going to pull it out, and he's going to make Trey Turner. He's going to turn Trey Turner from a semi-prospect into an icon to match wits with Lester, who's also an icon. So that is the first strategy card used by Dusty Baker. I'm sure Joe Madden will have plenty up his sleeve as well. But they're both going to be icons. And this is Trey Turner's at bat as an icon against the icon Lester. 2-6. 2-6 says icon pitcher. So that manager card is not going to be wasted because the batter has no effect. Experience with batter strikes him out. So Lester, since he's an icon, struck Turner out to end the inning. But you never know that when you use those manager cards. That's why you use them. You take a chance and see if you can turn the tide. But in this case, Lester was just too much for Turner. Struck him out. And we completed 5. Score tied at 1. And we're back to the top of the... I'm sorry, we're back to Lester batting. He's going to lead off the top of the 6th. And Lester 1-1-5, which I think is a pop out to the infielder of our choice if he's fresh, but he's not fresh because the sire die says no. So the next check, is he a home run king or a sad sack? Mr. Happ is a semi-home run king, so we got to roll the sire die to see if he's a home run king. He is not, so not a home run king, so he won't strike out. Instead, he will double to left field. So that 1-1-5, if he had been a home run king, he would have struck out, but instead it's a double to left field. Double to left field for Ian Happ. Or was I doing Lester? I think I got it mixed up. I'm not using the pitcher batting cards, and I'm using my score sheet, and I think I accidentally gave that to Happ instead of giving it to Lester. That bat really belonged to Lester. Home run king or sad sack? He is a sad sack, so he will strike out. My bad. I'm sorry. I'll get it straight. I just forgot to pack the pitcher hitting cards, and I can throw you off quite a bit. So, Lester out on strikes. Now Ian Happ's the batter. 1-3-4. 1-3-4 with a dot. 1-3-4. Is he a gold catcher? Wieters is not a gold catcher. He's neutral. Is the batter a champion? No, he's not. So it's an outfield drama for the Nats. And in their outfield, everyone is neutral. And that's a 3-4 for an outfield drama check. 3-4. Left fielder iron. No, Jason Worth is not iron, so therefore he will make the catch. And that's going to be out number 2 as Happ is retired. Brings up Chris Bryant. He booted a ball last time in the field. 1 for 2 at the plate with a strikeout. That's a 2-3-6, which is a double control. And unfortunately for Scherzer, he only has single control, not double control, so that will be a walk. It's a 2-out walk to Chris Bryant. Brings up Anthony Rizzo. And Rizzo, a 5-5-6 for Rizzo. Asking again, is he an ace? Yes, he is. He's a semi-ace. The sire die says he's an ace, so it's a line out to third. And that's going to end the 6th inning, or top of the 6th anyway, as the Cubs are retired. All right, that'll bring up Jason Worth, or Worthless. You pick your favorite adjective. He's going to step up to the plate. Hello, Mr. Delaware. Chris Stratomac Delaware. 255. 255 ask, is the pitcher a star? Well, John Lester does not have that star quality. So we skip that. Is the batter a home run king? Jason Worth is a semi-home run king, but the sire die, you had to figure Jason Worth wasn't going to hit a home run. So he's going to end up flying to left. So he's still worthless. So it's a fly to left for Worth. He's 0 for 3. And there's one away. Here's Daniel Murphy. Probably should have used Howie Kendrick in left instead of Worth, but oh well. All right, 1, 2, 4. Ask about control, and this time he has it. The sire dies a dot, and he's semi-control. So 1, 2, 4 means a ground ball to short, and that's out number 2. 2 down, 2 up, 2 down for Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman, 155. 155 for Zimmerman. This could be good. Is he a home run king? Well, he's a semi-home run king. The sire die says he's a home run king, and Ryan Zimmerman has just hit his second home run of the ball game. He is 3 for 3. He is Mr. Everything for the Nats in this game. Just giving them a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th with his second home run. And he's making early dibs for MVP along with Scherzer. So here's Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper Valley PTA, 145. See a struggler? No, it's a ground ball to first, and that's going to end the inning. But thanks to Ryan Zimmerman's big blast, the Nats have a 2-1 lead after 6 innings, and now both pitchers lose all freshness as we go to the 7th. So neither one is going to be fresh. The sire die won't even help them. So they may have to start looking towards the bullpen at some point. See if we can get the bullpens loosened up here a bit as we begin the top of the 7th with Ben Zobrist. 3-4-6. 3-4-6 for Zobrist against Scherzer. Blank for the pitcher. Is Zobrist eager on that 3-4-6? He is not eager, so he will walk, and that's in purple. He's not active. He won't steal, but it's in purple, so we're going to the chemistry chart for the Kyle Schwarber at bat. And both teams are, again, predisposed in the first game to be semi-harmonious. That's a Steve Tower tip I picked up. 1-3. 1-3, and both teams are neutral because the sire die was a blank. Pitching team harmony. No, they're not harmonious. If they were, it'd be a stab of a hot liner. Otherwise, it's a single, and that's in blue. So Schwarber just got a base hit, and that will move the runner Zobrist up to second. Puts runners at first and second. Now we go to the right now chart for Contreras. And Scherzer is a cold pitcher right now. But Dusty Baker will come in again and give a one-on-one pep talk and will turn his cold pitcher to neutral. So they use the second manager card, which is right now. And that means that Scherzer will only be neutral, he will not be cold. So we have neutral versus neutral. That's a 4-5. 4-5, cold batter. No, so that thing didn't happen again. It didn't matter about the manager card because it's only talking about the batter. Cold batter, swings and misses, strikeout. He's not cold. Otherwise, ground to first. All right, so it's a ground to first, lead die of 4, runners advance. So it's pretty much like a sack bunt. As the runners advance to second and third with only 1 out, the infield is going to have to come in. Javier Baez at the plate. Javier Baez. It's a 4-5-6. That's probably going to tie the game. Javier Baez, is he patient? He is not. So it's a fly out to center. And on a lead die of 4, that is going to be sacrifice. Run on third, scores on fly out. So it's a sacrifice fly to center. 2 down, but the run Zobrist scores. And we have a tie ball game at 2. We are all tied up at 2, and that result was in purple, so we're going right back to the chemistry chart. And again, both teams are semi-harmonious. However, this time Joe Madden is going to use a card. Joe Madden says, I'm not going to be left out of this thing. So Mr. Genius Joe Madden is going to use Dugout Chatter. And what Dugout Chatter will do is it turns a neutral team to gain harmony. So they're going to be fully harmonious. They're not going to rely on the decider die. So they do not need the decider die to be harmonious where the Nats do. All right, so they are harmonious and the Nats are not. So that was the reason to use that manager card. It's a 1-2. Batting team dissonance. No, they're not dissonant. So we got a fence check. We got a fence check for Jason Hayward. And a fence check for Jason Hayward. He is a semi-slugger. So what we're going to do is roll one die and look at the fence check. If it's a dot with a die, decider die will make him a slugger. If it comes up blank, he'll go to this other category. So we'll see what Jason Hayward can do. It's a 2, so a dot, so he is a slugger, and a 2. So a slugger and a 2 means he gets a double. Jason Hayward just doubled, and that will give the Cubs a 3-2 lead. So Jason Hayward with the double. And that's a 3-2 lead. Lester's the scheduled batter. You wonder whether they should pinch hit for him or keep him going. What does Joe Madden do? Joe is going to pinch hit, I believe, for Lester. So we're going to get a pinch hitter for John Lester. And it'll be John Jay. So John Jay is going to pinch hit for John Lester. So Lester's day is done. The bullpen has been working, and they will be bringing in Koji Urahara. He will be coming in to pitch the bottom of the 7th for the Cubs, who hold a 3-2 lead right now. And John Jay, let me write him in as a pinch hitter for Lester here in the 7th. So John Jay is up with the runner at second and 2 outs. And the bullpen for the Nats certainly working. It's a 3-4-6. So Scherzer might get out of this. 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher. Is he eager? No, he's not. So it's going to be a walk. So he's actually going to walk John Jay, and I think that's going to do it. Dusty Baker's making a motion to the bullpen as he has figured Scherzer is losing whatever he had, so he is going to come out. And Oliver Perez, the lefty, is coming in to face the lefty Ian Happ. So that's it for Scherzer. And Oliver Perez, he's got a pretty good card. Semi-star, double flash with control. So he is coming in to replace Scherzer with 2 outs and 2 on here in the top of the 7th, with the Cubs leading 3-2. He will be an ace this at bat since it's his first batter faced. That goes along with double flash and a semi-star, so pretty good chance he's got a chance to get out of this. We'll see. Depending on the roll. 1, 2, 3. Does he have flash and is he fresh? Yes, he is. He's got double flash. But again, there's already 2 outs in the inning, so it does not carry over, but it's simply a strikeout to end the 7th. But the Cubs pick up 2 runs, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher Koji Urahara will be coming in for the Cubs. But since we're in the bottom of the 7th, let's go to some music. All right. No ukulele, but the best I could do on short notice. All right. So, Koji Urahara is in. He is an ace on his first at bat. He's also semi-star with flash and control on this first at bat. And he'll be facing Anthony Rendon. Cubs lead at 3-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. And it's a 3-4-6. 3-4-6 is the batter eager. Batter eager. No, he is not eager, so he will walk. So that walk will get the Nats a base run, the tying run on base. That was also in purple. That's in purple, so we'll be going to the chemistry chart. Both teams, again, are semi-harmonious, but dugout chatter from the Lizard, Dusty Baker, is going to make them to be automatically harmonious. So they will not need the decider die, just like Joe Madden did the other inning. So we're rolling the decider die for the Cubs, but if it's a blank, the Nats will still be harmonious. And they are. Well, they got it anyway because of the dot. So I guess that was a wasted card, so to speak, but we'll see. 5-5, pitching team dissonance. No, they're not dissonant. If it was, it'd be missing a foul ball. The next pitch hit through for a single, otherwise a foul to the catcher. So Contreras, not dissonant, so Contreras caught that pop-up with ease. There's one away. And that'll bring up Michael A. Taylor, and there'll be a pinch hitter for Perez because his spot's coming up as well. So Adam Lind is loosening in the on-deck circle. Here's Michael Taylor, 1-2-4. It's asking about control, and Uehara has it. So he does have control, which is a ground ball to short. And with a lead die of 1, that's a double play. It's a 6-4-3, so Lind won't get a chance to bat this inning because of the double play. And that's going to do it for the Nats here in the 7th. Still going to get a pitching change because we've got the righty Bryant coming up next. And they're going to go to the bullpen. So the Nationals will bring in a new relief pitcher for Oliver Perez, and it'll be the right-hander Ryan Madson. So Ryan Madson is in. He's already an ace. He'll be a double ace this first at bat, and he's going to face Chris Bryant. So Madson is on, and he will face Chris Bryant. He is a double ace this at bat as we start the 8th. It's a 1-1-6. 1-1-6. We check the 1-1-6 result. It asks, is he fresh? Yes, he is. It is a strikeout. And there's one away. He does not get the double strikeout. He's only a flash, not double flash. So, and that wouldn't matter anyway because it wasn't a flash check. It was a as a 1-1-6. It was just a freshness check. So, in case you're curious on that, here's Rizzo. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He is flash, he is fresh, so that's another strikeout. He's got double control but not double flash, so that's why he's not getting those double strikeouts. All right, 2 down for Ben Zobrist. That's a 3-5-6, which is the first left-right check of the game, and Zobrist is a switch hitter, so he will get the base hit. That always comes up at least once a game, that left-right split. You never know when, though. All right, that'll bring up Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber, 1-4-5. 1-4-5. This pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. So it's a ground out to first, and that's going to end the inning. So the Cubs go relatively quiet here in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we'll get a pinch hitter for Ryan Madson as Adam Lind will take over and lead things off for the Nationals. So Lind is in to bat. And Koji is coming out. Koji's going to be replaced in the bullpen by Hector Rendon. So Hector Rendon is coming in to pitch. He will be an ace this first at bat. Koji pitched 1 scoreless inning. But now they're turning it over to Rendon. And Lind is batting for Madson. And in the 9th for the Nationals, it looks like it will be with Contreras coming up next, the right-hander, it's going to be Kinsler. Brandon Kinsler will be coming in to pitch the 9th for the Nationals. All right, so but right now we're still in the bottom of the 8th. It's Adam Lind and his pinch hitting duties. Adam Lind against Rendon. Rendon is an ace this at bat. It's a 1-3-5. So we're going to this time we're going to the umpire chart because of the blue 1. So this is the first time we've engaged the umpires all game. And the bases are empty. So we check the bases empty result for umpires. Usually you check the home is checking the home umpire, but not always. So 1-6. Strict umpire at home. No, Laz Diaz is not strict. He's respected. He's not strict. All right. If he was, check swing disallowed, strike 3. Other umpires, ball 4, it's a walk. So Adam Lind, check swing was allowed. And he draws a leadoff walk. So Adam Lind will draw a leadoff walk, and he will be pinch run for because he is semi-stoic. And they're going to go to their bench and get a little bit more faster runner in there. They're going to get Wilmer Defoe. So Wilmer Defoe, who's neutral, will be into pinch run. So at least he won't be a stoic runner. So Defoe is pinch running for Lind. All right, so the leadoff batter is aboard, and that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Trey Turner. Could bunt, and I think that's what he's going to do, so we're going to roll for a bunt. It's a 1, so that means he beat it out, I do believe. Let me pull the board out. That's the one board I'm missing that I didn't have in front of me, so let me pull that out. I believe an active runner beats a bunt out when there's a 1, but I will verify that for you and pull out the actual board. So we pull out the actual board on a bunt. It says 1, safe at first, runners advance, but decider die for ruling single or error. All right, so what we got to do is roll the decider die, and if it's a dot, it's going to be an infield bunt hit, a bunt single, and if it's a blank, then that means it's going to be an error, and I'll just pick somebody that gets the error. So let's see what happens here. It's a blank, so it will be an error. So with the third baseman will be coming in, that would be Bryant. So we're going to give Bryant his second error. So he's going to get his second error, unfortunately for him. It's an E5. And that'll put runners at first and second with nobody out. And Jason Worth, the batter, he's going to swing away. He's not a bunter. It's a 1-2-5. And a 1-2-5 ask, is the pitcher a struggler? No, you have to give up 3 straight base runners to be a semi-struggler, so he's not a struggler. Is the batter patient? Jason Worth is semi-patient. Decider die says he's patient, so he will draw a walk. There were glasses there, but the respected umpire Laz Diaz is not going to ring him up. So it's a walk, and the bases are loaded. So Rondon has come in and give up 3 straight base runners, so he's going to have to exit the game. He did not do what he wanted him to do. So Daniel Murphy is up. They're going to a lefty out of the bullpen. They still have Wade Davis, but they're trying to save him for the 9th if they possibly can. So Brian Dunsing is the lefty. He's coming in to face the lefty Murphy. Lefty on lefty matchup. Bases loaded, nobody out. He will be an ace this first at bat. So Dunsing trying to hold on to this 3-2 lead for the Cubs. We're facing Daniel Murphy with the bases loaded and nobody out. Infield is going to play in. 1-6-6. 1-6-6. Is he a workman? No, he's not. Is he a whiffer? Daniel Murphy is not a whiffer. It's a ground out to third, and that's a double play on ground outs. Double play on ground outs. And as I check my little board here about playing the infield in, when you have bases loaded, it's a double play runner out at home. So double play runner out at home. So that ground out to third, this is going to be scored 5-2-3. Double play. That's the benefit of playing the infield in. Turner will go to third, and Worth will go to second. But now there's 2 outs. The score is still 3-2. But there's Zimmerman up. Now the question is, do they walk Zimmerman? He's got 2 home runs already. And the easy answer to that is yes. So they're going to intentionally walk Zimmerman. That will load the bases again for Bryce Harper. How many times do you see the batter in front of Bryce Harper getting intentionally walked? It happened right here. Dunsing is in there against Harper. It's a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Ask, is the pitcher wild? No. He's got control. Is the batter eager? No, he's semi-patient. So it's a ground out to second, but if he is patient, he will walk. He's semi-patient. Decider die says no. So he will not walk. It will not force in a run. Instead, it's a ground out to second. And the inning is over. And Dunsing gets out of the mess that Rondon put him in to get no runs for the Cubs. And after 8 complete, the Cubs still lead it by the score of 3-2. And now for the Nats to pitch the top of the 9th and try to keep it that way, it's Brandon Kinsler. So Kinsler is in, and he is going to be an ace this first at bat to go with the star and semi-flash quality he already has. And he'll be facing the bottom of the order, Contreras, Baez, and Hayward. And if everybody gets on, Dunsing spots up, but they will have a pinch hitter for that. Here's Contreras. Oh, I lost the decider die right through the hole. Right through the 5 hole. So we'll re-roll the decider die. It's a blank. 1-3-6. 1-3-6. Ask, is the pitcher an ace? Yes, he is. First at bat of the game for the pitcher. He is an ace. So the ace check says it's a strikeout. So Contreras down on strikes, 1 away. there's a little thing on this desk. There's a little semi-half moon here. And if you do it just right, the dice will fall right through it, just like the 5-0 in hockey. Here's Javier Baez. It's a 3-3-4 for Baez. Well, first of all, for Kinsler. 3-3-4, is he an ace or star? Kinsler is a star. Kinsler has a star quality, so it is a pop out to first. Pop out to first, and that's out number 2. 2 down for Jason Hayward. 2 out, space is empty for Hayward. And Wade Davis is loosening and readying the bullpen for the Cubs to pitch the 9th. We get a 1-4-5. 1-4-5, ask is he a struggler? No, he's not. It's a ground out to the first baseman, Zimmerman, to end the inning. So Kinsler does his job, pitches 1 shutout inning of relief. We go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Nats. And they're going to have to do it against Wade Davis. And Wade Davis is a semi-ace with double flash qualities. And he will be in, and he will be facing the bottom of the order, Rendon, Wieters, and Taylor, then the pitcher spot. And on the bench for the Nats, they do have Howie Kendrick is their main pinch hitter. So Howie Kendrick is loosening up and could pinch hit for either Michael Taylor or the pitcher, depending on what happens here. But right now, Wade Davis is in to try to secure Game 1 for the Cubs as he faces Anthony Rendon. And we get a 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Is he a struggler? No. It's a ground ball to third, and that's 1 away. So Cubs are 2 outs away from opening with a series win on the road to steal a game at Nats Park. Here's Matt Wieters. Wieters 1-1-2. 1-1-2 asks, does the pitcher have flash? Can you see it on camera? There it is. 1-1-2. Does the pitcher have flash? He's got semi-flash. I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Davis has double flash. So not only does he have flash, he has double flash. That means 2 strikeouts in a row. So he's going to strike out Wieters and strike out Taylor. And that's the ball game, folks. That double flash took care of it. Didn't even get a chance to pinch hit for anybody because the double flash kind of took over everything. And the Cubs defeat the Nationals 3-2 here in Game 1 of the NLDS. As, let's see here who the winning pitcher was supposed to be. Cubs got 2 runs in the 7th. So I'm thinking that Urahara is the winner. And the loser is probably going to be Matson, I think. Or it could be Scherzer, my bad. I think it's Scherzer. He gave up those runs before the bullpen came in. So it looks like it's Scherzer the loser. Cubs win, as some old fat guy with glasses used to say. Cubs win. And the genius, Joe Madden, gets the road victory against the Lizard, Dusty Baker. So the Cubs will enjoy a 1-0 series lead. And Game 2, we'll see another good pitching matchup of Steven Strasburg for the Nats against Jake Arrieta for the Cubs. So a little bit of pressure now on the Nats to not fall behind 2-0, and it could very easily happen. You never can tell. So thanks to everybody that tuned in. I hope you enjoyed seeing the 2017 pre-play set. It's a very nice set. I like the design of the cards, and I think they look really neat, really neat looking. And of course, I enjoy playing the game. I've been playing it so much with the Braves '87 set. So this is a nice little diversion to be able to do and participate in this. And again, the Cubs hang on for that slick 3-2 victory. In fact, the only 2 runs for the Nats were 2 solo homers by Ryan Zimmerman, so the rest of the team didn't do a whole lot. Let's see here. Zimmerman had 3 hits, and if I'm doing my score correctly, if I'm looking at my score sheet correctly as I'm looking down the list here, the only other player with a hit was Max Scherzer. So the Nats only had 3 hits in the game, 2 of them by Zimmerman, and 1 hit by Scherzer. So the rest of the team going to be cold when they go to Game 2. Obviously, Zimmerman will be the hot batter when they go to Game 2. The Cubs will have to figure that out down the road, depending on what their lineup's going to be. But, yep, that's the way it is. Didn't use quite as many strategy cards as I kind of wanted to, but sometimes I get going in these games and forget to use them, and sometimes the situations just don't present themselves. So thank you guys for tuning in and giving me part of your afternoon to listen to me ramble and roll dice. Espo, if you're still at work, hope your time at work is not too much longer so you can get home and roll some games. I know when I listen to games at work, I get the itch to, like, let me get home and roll a game. I know I did that with Earl when he was doing his games earlier. So, again, final score from Nats Park, 3-2 in favor of the Cubs. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play. Keep those dice rolling, and I will see you all down the road.